Hello everyone, this is Mr. Brian welcoming you to our Do Try This at Home science activities. These are activities with materials you can use whether they're at home, maybe you've got some stuff in the junk drawer, maybe you could clean out underneath the couch or in the back of your closets, or maybe go out and clean out the trunks of the car, or there could be any sorts of wild varieties of things back in the garage of finding these materials. Today, we're going to build a mini marshmallow shooter. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any mini marshmallows, but I found a good substitute that you should be able to have at home or use, what you have there. The materials that we're gonna need, we're just gonna need 3 materials today. We're going to need a plastic cup. This one happens to be a 9-ounce plastic cup. You're going to need a balloon. This one is of the 12-inch balloon variety. We're going to need a pair of scissors, and then also a 4th material here is some tape. This is what's going to help us hold our balloon to our cup. So, the first thing that you're going to need to do is with the cup, we're going to use the cup, but we're going to be upside down. We're going to need to take the bottom part of this cup out. Now, have an adult or an older brother or sister, someone that can help supervise you, or maybe have them do this yourself, because this is going to be with scissors and this is going to involve with some sharp surfaces, so we need to make sure that we're as careful as we can be, because the first thing you're going to need to do is take the scissors, and here in the very middle of the cup, with one of the blades of the scissors or some other sort of utensil, we're going to jab a hole down here in the middle. And then you'll want to kind of round it out. This is how we're going to start with getting the bottom off the cup. The next step is you'll want to take your scissors, go down into the cup, and then you're going to want to cut it to the side of the cup. You want to go to the bottom, cut to this side, come around, cut to another side, come back around, cut to the other side, and then finish as you work your way around the cup. This is going to give you these 4 little flaps like this. Then what you have to do is take the scissors, and you want to trim right along where this curve of the cup is. We want to leave this little extra ridge, if we can, here at the bottom of the cup. That's going to help give us more area for the balloon to be attached to. But don't worry, if you do cut that off, it should still work. But just as we work our way carefully around, as you trim all those out, you'll end up with something like this. And then if you want to, be very careful as you cut these corners of these little plastic shards can be sharp. You can clean those up a little bit, and then here is our finished cup, so it's ready to go. So the next thing we need is our balloon. Now, I picked a yellow balloon today because it's the summertime. This reminds me of a really nice sunny day. And I know what some of you may be asking. You may say, but Mr. Brian, I'm not really good about blowing up and inflating balloons. Well, guess what? This balloon, we are not going to inflate at all. All we have to do is go here to where we would on the neck part of the balloon, and we're going to twist it and tie it just like if we were going to blow it up, but we're just going to leave it like that. And you're going to be like, well, how is that going to help us? Well, this is going to be our handle. This is going to be the part that we're going to pull on to fire what we are going to fire. Now, if we turn the balloon around to the other side, you can see the top part of the balloon is curved. This little curved part of the balloon we're going to need to cut off. So again, we're going to get the scissors, and I'm going to fold my balloon up here a little bit. And we want to come down fairly close to the bottom. We don't want to cut it all the way up here. We want to cut down fairly close to the bottom part of this as possible to try to get it to be somewhat flat across. Now, this you may need an extra set of hands to help you with. We'll see how this goes, because what we need to do is we're going to put our fingers inside the balloon. We're going to stretch it out, and we're going to put this on top of our cup. And we want to try to get our little knot, our little handle, to be as close to the center as we can. So let's see how we do here. So I'm going to stretch this out. I'm going to put it on my cup. All right, that seems to be pretty good. Now we don't want to pull on it right now, because if you pull on it right now, as you can see, it's going to come right off the cup. That is what the tape is going to be for. We're going to use the tape to help us to hold the balloon to the cup. So, now, you want to make sure as you go around that this is nice and flat. We're going to go around the balloon with the tape at least a total of 4 times. And we want to make sure that we use part of the tape, so where part of the tape is on the cup and on the balloon, we want to make sure that we push really good on the tape to get a really good solid grip, so that when you go to pull the balloon by the handle, it's not going to just come right off the cup like it did before we added the tape. So there is time 1, there is 2, and I'm alternating going closer to the cup and closer up to the balloon. Here's 3. And one more time, 4. Okay. So, now what I want to do is I want to take my fingers and I'm going to press down around the cup really hard to make sure that the tape has got a really good solid attachment to both of the balloon and to the cup. Okay, so what we're going to do is what we're going to be firing is going to go into the cup right here. Where we had the balloon creates a little bit of a pocket. That's where the item that we're going to fire is going to rest. And then when we get ready to fire, we're going to grab our little knot. This is our handle. We're going to pull back. And as you can see here, I did not have my tape pushed down as well as I could have with the balloon. This is a really good example of making sure that you've got your tape and your balloon situated to the way that it should be. So, I'll be right back with a fixed cup with a fixed balloon on it. Hello, and we're back. And as you can see, I have reattached my balloon. I've made extra sure I even this time went around not only 4 times, not only 5 times. This time I went around actually a grand total of 7 times. And as you can see, for me this time, when I pull back, the balloon actually stays on there. So that is awesome. It actually works. Now, you may have been wondering, I did say I did not have any mini marshmallows. What is it that I'm going to be firing? Well, what I'm going to be firing is a ping pong ball, because these will fit really great inside the cup. So stay tuned, and here in just a minute you will see us test firing our little ping pong ball in a cup. Okay, so now we're getting ready to fire our mini marshmallow shooter, or in this case, ping pong ball shooter. So I have my cup here. Again, the ping pong ball is going to be down here inside the cup, so I'm going to drop that in there. Instead of holding it straight, that's just going to make your ball fall out because of gravity. Same thing as if you point it down, you're not going to get to travel a far distance because, again, gravity, the force pulls everything down to the earth. So you want to make sure you hold your cup at about a 45-degree angle. Carefully grip your knot that we had from earlier. Then we're going to stretch this thing back, and then we will fire our shot. In 3, 2, 1, fire. Okay, so we had a successful test fire. I hope that you did as well. This is another great use of Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. Our action of pulling back on our handle with the ping pong ball inside. When we let go, we had the reaction of it firing out and hitting against the wall. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with this. I want to give you guys a warning. Make sure you do not point whatever you're firing out of your mini marshmallow shooter at anyone's eyes or their faces. Make sure you do not point it toward anything that is breakable. We want to be as safe, as careful as we can be with these things. So again, hope you guys had fun making these, and I'll see you guys in the next video.